What up, what up, what up, what up? What's good, people? What is up? What is that? They went from the fourth level of hell and sent us down to the seventh level of hell. Why? Because then you got Kwanzaa pulling out her titties. The whore pulled out her titties. And these whore bags over here started feeling and fondling on her tits. What?
I don't have it to do with you. Girl, you can go over there, rant and rave. Girl, you can shake all your rainbow bright hair all you want, dear one. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I don't have nothing to do with you, and I'm done. Baby, you can scream my name from the rooftops from now till Jesus come back. I'm done after this.
Introduced to Tick's meat. Do you see what I see? Did y'all really hello, casting, wardrobe, y'all let him roll up out of wardrobe with these pants on, giving us all of this, thinking we were not going to see it? We have been waiting with bated breath and anticipating all season long for the slightest glimpse, and y'all just put it out there this episode in all of its magnificent glory.
Listen, that young man said, baby, you ate on this first date, you giving up the cooch on the first date, okay? Well, you gonna run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. That's our new theme song. That is the new song. Listen, somebody need to put a beat to that. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. That's what y'all got going on.
Called out Sandcastle. Sand, bitch. Ow. Oh my God, it was so funny, girl. Woo, baby, listen, let me tell you something. This shit started to turn into the precursor for some gay porn. That's what I thought it was. Because Big T is getting all, the voice starting to go deeper and get a little more wet and moist and sentimental and all this shit. And it was real gay at this point. Like, I thought the bitches was going to stop. I thought Lil Bird was going to turn Big T around and do him like he did Uncle Cliff and do the grease it up with City Lou and ran right in there. It's not a coincidence that Big T started off the conversation. I tried to find out if Lil Bird was fucking Mercedes, which he found out he's not. It's also not a coincidence that he would start talking about prison. Why? Because the bitches was probably fucking in prison. Uncle Cliff, you better go get your man. Big T got plans for that. Well, he had it on look like something Big Bird vomited up or something like that. Like, I did not like it. That Big Bird couture he was going for, it did not work. Like the pastor of a gay mega church on Easter Sunday. Okay, it was way too much sequins. He had on way too much makeup. Baby, his face looked like Yana Van Zam's neckline. Okay, just way too much makeup clumped in everywhere on his face. Get it together, sweetheart. And you're a big girl, so that gives you a whole lot of canvas. So that was a whole lot of makeup, honey. And Rico looked like he was auditioning to be one of the three kings, or he was auditioning to be the main character on Jesus Christ Superstar. Girl, Wayne, did you have on a blue thong or a blue G-string or something? If you did, I want to see you. Hit me up in my DMs because I do want to see if you have a blue thong or a blue, jock strap, something like that. I'd love to see it. Anyway, but I liked it with the turtleneck. Now, Troy.
Hey, y'all. Hey, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm coming. There we go. Oh, God. I always have to clean this damn camera. What is going on, y'all? What is going on? How are y'all today? So listen, y'all. It's one of those days where the dossier is not that packed. And y'all know when the dossier is not that packed, that means fuckery ensues. So we should be afraid. We should be very afraid when the dossier is not packed. Let me get one of my sodas that I have right here. Have to get that soda. Let me say hey to y'all as y'all come in. Everybody. Hey Tracy. Hey Boo. It's one of our head hall monitors. One of our lead hall monitors. Hey Budgets, Weights, Karma Killers, Morgan, Tanya, my love. Phil, what's good, bruh? Sharon. Porn stars do have to clean the screen. You might be right about that. Hey Tracy W. Child, late bell today. Late bell today. What time is the late bell today? The late bell today will be at let's make it 5:35. 5:35 is the late bell, okay? Um, because the late bell is a little late today, 8,000 word essay. Yesterday we did six. We're not here for it again. 8,000 word essay. Hey, Lady Magio. Hey, Bilo. Didi. Hey, everybody. Glad everybody's checking in. So we know that y'all got y'all faces in the place, all of that good shit. Okay. Um, so yes, 8,000 word essay today. Hall passes will be at the price range of $9.99 and up. $9.99 and up for all, hall passes. I'm just saying. I'm sorry, not 9.99, 99.99 and up. Oh, I said 9.99. Let me clarify that. 99.99 and up. So that's basically a C note. $100. Just if you come to class on time, you don't have to worry about these things. Okay, come your ass to class on time, and you do not have to worry about these things. 5:35, please. No, ain't no 49.99, Tracy. We are not giving out no hall passes for 49.99, Tracy. The hall passes today are 99.99. That's 8,000 words, baby. Listen, we gotta make some money up in here. We need some change up in here. Hey, Wheezy F, look at the people popping out the bushes. Look at my girl Wheezy. Wheezy said, "Girl, you know to get me today. Come through, Wheezy. Girl, that hair looking sickening. That hair and makeup is sickening. It is sickening, honey. I live. Y'all look at y'all look at Wheezy's avatar, honey. Mama is sickening in this good avatar, baby. You don't see her. Tell them, Weezy, they don't see you. They'll understand it's real in these streets. The mug and the hair are laid. The makeup is laid. She's sickening. Okay, there's the correct one. 99.99. Thank you, Tracy. That's what our lead hall monitors. Mm, get them right. But yes, the dossier today um is not that packed. Jason said he got the chat GPT instructions on the low. Yes, God. Let me get my Weezy level. Child, listen, Karma, yours look good too, honey. I see you with your makeup, girl, and your hair. Shout out to my ladies coming through with y'all avatar pictures today. Baby, y'all ain't playing around. Let me look at some of these good avatar pictures. Cause y'all is not fucking off around here. Child, girl, look at lady. Look at the lady. Look at the lady. The lady. Y'all is around here not playing with the people. Yes, ma'am, Miss Bilo, Dee Boo. Yes, ma'am. Look at that smile. Y'all don't see her, honey. Girl, they're not playing with y'all. They're here for it all. They are here for it all. Anyway, y'all. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. So anyway, y'all, the dossier is not packed today. I only got a couple stories in the dossier today, okay? Just a couple. Just a couple stories in the dossier. Nothing, not a lot. We are gonna have a whole yesterday, you saw how we had a whole breakdown yesterday of the John Morant story. We had to go back in time, give you some context, give you some history. We got a story today that you're probably seeing today. We unsheathed the story last week, if you recall, because we break stories here. Y'all know we do stories first over here. But now everybody's jumping on top of it today. But we're gonna update you on this story, but we're gonna provide you with some extra context that others may not be providing you with, because it's a whole situation. going on right here. I only got like 5 stories in the dossier today. Only like 5. I'm just being honest. It's only like 5 stories. So we should be able to get out of here in an hour. I'm saying that now. It's gonna be 6:30 and we still trying to get up out of here. My goal is 5:50 by is 16 6:15. At the very latest 6:30. We should be out of here, y'all. At the very latest, y'all. Come on now. I can do this. I can do this. 6:30 is out. 6:15 is the goal, but 6:30 is our definite, definite we out of here. So listen, y'all. I got 2 stories that's not sugar spiky, and then the other 3 stories. Um, the other 3 stories. Let me look. Yeah, the other 3 stories are real spiky. So let me get through the non-sugar spiky story. Jumping in to say, before I head out, where you going? See how my man do me, y'all? He roll up in here, say hi, and then be like, "Oh, I got to go." He probably round up to the next nigga house. I hate to have to send you anthrax cams. I would hate to have to send you anthrax because I don't play around about mine. I don't play around about mine. Let me find out that you giving up the goodies that should belong to me to somebody else cams. I'm gonna have myself and all of the members of this channel send you anthrax and go stalk you in the great state of Minnesota. Play with us. What? Sometimes you have to let them know because they be trying it. You know how niggas be trying it. I learned that from Tracy Chappelle and from Abby. That niggas be trying it, and you have to get them in line up front. I'm just gonna go ahead and eat this airhead now because I know where we're going with some of these stories that's real spiky later on in the show. So I figure this airhead will suffice and carry me through the show today, so I don't have to spike the fuck out. Let me see. Okay. Mm-hmm. Corporate happy hour. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We gonna find out. I'll just listen. Let the record show. Mark the date. February. No, I'm sorry, not February. February, Lord. May 16th, 2023. Let us find out you out here giving up my goodies to other people. Over here at these corporate happy hours for black employees only. Let us find out. See if we don't fuck you up. I got my people around here ready to fuck you up, Cams. Fuck around and find out. Mm. I've been following that below. I've really been following that. That's not in the dossier today. But I want to I'm purposely waiting until that gets to a fevered pitch. There are some major um there's some major hotels that are supposed to be going up, some other edifices and buildings in some large cities that are going up that are stalled now. Even some of the construction work on some of the highways and so forth in the Sunshine State that are being slowed to a crawl now because they just don't have enough workers because Governor Death Sentence and all of his legislation that he's rolling out is harming the undocumented workers or migrants and so forth, and a lot of these people are in fear for their safety, and so yeah, they're not going out there. But I'm waiting till that gets to a fevered pitch, and then we'll roll it out and really unpack it. Hey, really be boo. Really be will be off. I ain't got the dossier. It's not that packed today, but I got some good stories today. Really be stay in the bushes. I got some real good stories that I think you will want to hear about today. How we unpack some of this shit today. Um, corporate happy hour. Please, thank you, Jason. Tell him again. A hold down on the lowdown. Sure. Here. Everybody say what's up to my big sis. Really, Tracy? This is what we're doing, Tracy? So you just gonna take his side, right? Okay. 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 We got you. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm, Tracy. Mm-mm. We got you. Um, you said he is. He absolutely is, Phil. He is certifiable. I'm not doing this with you, Tracy or Pams. I'm not doing this with y'all. Let's get this first story out the way. I'm gonna just read the headline. This technically, had this been silly Saturday, this would technically qualify for hashtag ABC. Go ahead and put hashtag ABC in the chat now because I'm telling you, the headline alone is enough to say a bitch can't. Hey Harold, not Tuesday. Hashtag ABC. Because when I read this headline, y'all gonna say, listen, a bitch came. A bitch just came. Here's the headline. This is a mess. Nick Cannon admits he mixed up Mother's Day cards for his baby mamas. What do y'all want me to do with that? What do y'all want me to do with that? Y'all need me to read it again for you? I'll read it again for you. Nick Cannon admits he mixed up Mother's Day cards for his baby mamas. Take a swig of my soda while I'm letting y'all digest that. He was my boy for a long time. Nick Cannon, I was hottie for his body for at least 25 years. But now, oh, I just can't no more. Mm. I figure Nick Cannon has to sort through Mother's Day cards like Kanye has to sort through, you know, mental health medications. I'm just saying. What do y'all want from me? What do y'all want from me? Hey, Miss Sharon Boo, looking pretty in blue. Child, Nick just want folks to talk about it. He do. He do. Now that I can believe, Miss Sharon. I mean, nobody really can, but the blogs seem to think this is a big deal. This is according to page 6 during Monday's episode of the Daily Canon because y'all still have him with a radio program out here. Y'all got him out here with a radio program. Right, Tracy Wilson. Like Nick Cannon sending his baby mamas happy Mother's Day cards is like the generic happy Mother's Day greeting that I put out to my thousands of subscribers on Mother's Day on my community wall. Like that's the type of shit Nick Cannon has to do to keep up with all of his baby mamas. Just like on Mother's Day, what did I do? I put a Mother's Day greeting to all of my thousands of subscribers, all of the mothers out there that might be mothers, thousands of them out there that may be subscribers, so that they could all feel like I appreciated them on Mother's Day. That's what the fuck Nick Cannon need to do because you got thousands of goddamn baby mamas. During Monday's episode of The Daily Cannon, he detailed that although he had all the right intentions to write handwritten messages from the heart for each of the women, it just didn't work out as planned. Quote, I thought it would be a really good idea to show people how you really feel. Write it down. As I'm writing a handwritten message, I get the cards mixed up. And then, so when one baby mama reads the card about how I feel, the other baby mama, it should, at this point, it's a mess. I don't care. I'm not going to even read this. A bitch just can't. Y'all want to hear what he had to say? Let me let y'all hear it because I don't have this type of energy. The way baby, I don't have the bandwidth for this. But let me let y'all hear it if y'all want to hear it. Here you go.
I tried my best. But I thought it would be really, really good to provide whatever. Okay, going a different route. To show people how you feel. Write it down. And I was doing handwritten messages from the heart.
I love that.
Yeah. So
How'd you deliver them?
So that as I'm writing a handwritten message, I get the cards fixed.
I know it. I know you was gonna say that. I know you was gonna say that. I know it. I know you was gonna say that.
I just got goosebumps. I feel.
I knew you was gonna say that shit.
And then so when one baby mama reads the card about how I feel about the other baby.
Wow.
See, if I would have just got some generic shit that everybody else got, that wouldn't happen.
No, nigga, if you would have focused, that would happen.
I don't care. These are problems that you created yourself, Nick Cannon. You having to sort through Mother's Day cards, I told you, is like Kanye sorting through his mental health medications. Baby, I don't care. Y'all see how everybody came in today at 5:25 because they thought late bell was at 5:25 today? See, this is how we get things to work out. Thank y'all for showing up on time. Look at Xavier, that rolled into class on time. See, this is how you get people to come to class on time. Montrez is here on time. I see y'all. I see y'all. I see all y'all. Janae, look at my pupils, my prized pupils coming in here on time because they know belated bell today is at 5:35 and we have an 8,000 word essay today. 8,000 word essay. Hall passes $99.99. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Oh, y'all know what I did for y'all yesterday? I did this just for y'all. I made this just for y'all. Where's that? Oh, here. No, that's not it. Oh, yeah, that's it right there. This for y'all.
Check us out, Moose. Check us out, Moose. Check us out, Moose.
That's just for y'all. That's just for y'all. I also have this for y'all, too.
Real women of politics. Check us out, Moose. Real women of politics.
I actually have the whole Real Women of Politics video, the whole one.
America presents Real Women of Politics.
Real women of politics.
Today we salute all the real woman leaders of this great country.
Real women don't have to fake it.
Real women doing real things.
Real women work work too hard for this.
Some big companies can't tell the difference between real and fake anymore.
Real people know the difference.
That's why we're introducing the Real Women of Politics koozie.
Real women of politics.
Now, you can salute the real women of politics at every backyard barbecue and tailgate. And if it covers up the label of a big woke company, well, that works too.
Real women of politics.
Order your Real Women of Politics koozie today.
Hey, Marla Morris. Hey, boo. Listen. Girl. Y'all know we had a whole breakdown of that song. That was about 2 weeks ago? Maybe that was about 2 weeks ago. Listen. Oh, God. Real women of politics. Oh, God, help us, Lord. Real women know the difference. Y'all asked for it, so we had to have the Real Women of Politics on here for y'all, okay? Just saying. Listen. Watching Real Women of Politics, for me, is more interesting than talking about Nick Cannon having to shuffle through dozens of Mother's Day cards for all of his baby mamas. I just don't have the type of energy. I'm just saying. I still want to know why the black man is in the middle of the video as well. I'm curious to know. Just random black man in the middle of the video. In other news that nobody at this point wants to know, gives a shit about, and is another hashtag a bitch can't. This was almost a hashtag a bitch can't episode, but I couldn't do a whole ABC episode. Can I get some more hashtag ABCs here? Because I'm telling you, when I read this, y'all gonna be like, a bitch can't. Hashtag ABC. Y'all gonna say hashtag ABC when I finish. I'm telling you. I'm telling you now. Right. Take us out, Moose. Where's it at? Take us out, Moose. Where's it at? Take us out, Moose.
Take us out, Moose.
Take us out, Moose. Here. Anyway. Hey, Lily. So here's the headline. Jamie Foxx undergoing physical rehabilitation in Chicago following medical complication. A bitch just can't at this point. Hashtag ABC. A bitch can't. I don't give a shit anymore. Whatever the fuck Jamie Foxx got going on. I really don't care. I do not care. Unless you telling me that the man has gone on to be with the Lord, that he has expired, that he done went on. I just don't care no more. I can't even tell you the last time I even went to see a Jamie Foxx movie or watch Jamie Foxx on TV. I'm just not that interested in Jamie Foxx anymore. I've never been a real fan of his music like that. Not that he can't sing. I just don't really care for his music like that. He can sing. I just don't really care for his music. I really didn't care for his television show, the Jamie Foxx show. Even though y'all people like the show was boring and mediocre at best to me. It was along the same lines as the Wayans brothers show, which was very mediocre at best. Like, by that time, when the Jamie Foxx show and the Steve Harvey show and the Wayans brothers show sitcoms came out, the writers for those sitcoms just were getting it wrong every time, and I just didn't care for it. So I just don't care what Jamie Foxx got going on at this point. Y'all ain't want to tell us from the beginning, and then this the daughter rolls out and said, "Oh, he been home recuperating for a while. He over here playing badminton. He over here playing, cornhole, pickleball. You know, picking water lilies, playing Uno. I don't know what the fuck, playing hopscotch or some shit. I don't know." Now all of a sudden it rolls out today. Oh, he's recuperating at a physical rehabilitation facility. Girl, I just can't. But I know some of y'all want to know this stuff, and oh, it's almost time for the late bell. Let me play my 2 late bell videos. I ain't got the pictures today. I just got the videos today. Okay, this for the people. This is right before the late bell. We'll play this right before the late bell. Hold on. Before the late bell. One more time. That's just before the late bell. Anyway, it do got a little whine to it, don't it? Xavier, it got a little ow, 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 ow. Anyway, let me read this because I just can't. And this is for y'all people, all of y'all over there that give a shit. I don't care. I don't. Jamie Foxx is just not on my radar. I'm just at all. But here y'all go. Actor Jamie Foxx is undergoing medical treatment at a physical rehabilitation facility in Chicago, where he has been receiving care for the past 2 weeks, according to a source with knowledge of the matter. The individual did not disclose what Fox is being treated for, but the center specializes in rehabilitation care for patients with physical ailments, brain or spine injuries, which all leads to a possible stroke. Fox was initially hospitalized in Atlanta, Georgia on April 11th after experiencing an undisclosed medical complication, according to his daughter, Corinne Fox. No further information about the incident was provided. On Friday, Fox's daughter, with whom he co-hosts the game show Beat Shazam, shared an update from the family on her Instagram that her father has, quote, been out of the hospital for weeks recuperating. See, even her putting that shit out is kind of benign, vague, which is why I don't care. I really don't. I really don't. Then this hooker has the audacity to say the following, quote, sad to see how the media runs wild. My dad has been out of the hospital for weeks recuperating. In fact, he was playing pickleball yesterday. Thanks for everyone's prayers and support. Bitch, let me tell you something. You need to go sit the fuck down, because we were out here sending thoughts, prayers, condolences, hoping the man didn't drop the fuck dead. Y'all ain't give us not one update the first. Y'all ain't tell us shit going on. Y'all just wanted prayers. His friends sending out these prayer requests and doing intercessory prayers on their Instagram blogs. And you know what I'm saying? And we don't know what the fuck is going on. We over here damn near holding candlelight vigils, hoping the man is still alive, and then your stinking ass come the fuck out here talk about, oh, see how the media runs wild. We ain't running wild. We wouldn't be running wild and free if your stinking ass would just give us an update. hey, my dad suffered a medical condition. He's in the hospital. He's still recuperating. He's not out of the woods yet, but please keep him in your prayers. We will update you as you know, information is available. But please just, but you trying to make it like we just running with shit. I don't even know why people even listen to Jason Lee. Bad body ass. Bad body, loose booty ass Jason Lee. I don't even know why the fuck people even go over there and look at what the fuck Jason Lee does as credible journalism. His bad body, loose booty ass need to go sit the fuck down somewhere. That's another one built like Mr. Potato Head and it's buckets of parts for everyone. Don't get me started on him. Please don't get me started on him. But listen, when you decide that, first of all, if he was just that private and he's a private person, then don't come over here telling us to solicit. Don't come over here soliciting our thoughts and prayers. Let him suffer in silence then. For example, I'm a very private person about things that I go through medically. You've never heard me come on here and say, y'all pray for L Teddy. Y'all keep me in y'all prayers. I'm going through this medical condition. I'm soliciting y'all prayers for this medical condition. And that's not what I do. Because I'm not at the point where I would, because I know I'm not somebody that would want to disclose that, what's going on. So if I have something medically that's going on, y'all are not going to know that because I wouldn't want you all worried. And, you know, I've had medical situations since in the last few years. I've never told you all that. And I've never said, oh, y'all make sure y'all pray for me. That's not what I do. I will sit here and suffer in silence and keep it moving because I want to keep my privacy. And likewise, if his daughter and the people wanted to keep their privacy, we should have never known. I'm just saying. A mess. In the best news of the day, hey, y'all. And listen, y'all hold on. Bottle services on tap for everybody because, you know, doing the stanky leg down the pole and none other than one of our featured girls of the evening, ladies of the night. It's Watermelon Sugar. Hey, Watermelon Sugar. Okay, I will when I get off of here. But what I was gonna say was right, Jason, my pregnancy scares that I have are very private. Anyway, so today is the birthday of Queen Janet. Queen Janet is turning 57 today. She turns 57 today. Mama is almost 60 years old. And yet she is out here still doing whole 2.5, 3 hour concerts on that ass. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Mama is damn near 60 years old. And she is still out here doing 2.5 to 3 hour concerts. Now, when I get to be 60 years old, please be clear. My stinking ass ain't doing no goddamn concerts for no goddamn body. Please be clear. Please, these hoes cannot keep up with Janet Jackson. baby, they could only dream. Janet Jackson is like mother mother Tina Turner, who Tina Turner was still doing full sellout stadiums at 70 plus years old, giving the people the business, showing her legs, and still doing Proud Mary, going shake it, 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 shake it. You know what I'm saying? Still out here giving you choreo. Still out here giving you choreo. Out dancing these girls that weren't even born when most of her catalog came out. These girls out here were not even born when most of her catalog was came out. Let me say that again. These girls were not born when most of her catalog came out. But yet mama is still out here running roughshod on their ass, out here on stage giving her the business. Okay. Now, I ask this every year. First question, your favorite Janet Jackson video and why? What is your favorite Janet Jackson video and why? I'll start with mine. My favorite video, I didn't say song, but video by Janet Jackson is very easy. It's Pleasure Principle. Why? Because Pleasure Principle is the video where she is by herself. It's just her in a fucking warehouse wearing you hoes out, giving you choreo, giving you real backflips, no stunt doubles, giving you just, she don't need no background dancers. She don't need no extravagant stage sets or whatever. Mama is her in a motherfucking warehouse by herself. The whole video. She didn't even have that much wardrobe. Mama had on a black t-shirt, tied up, some form-fitting jeans, and hair was laid for the gods. Ain't have to have all of these. Mama just had on some jeans, some boots, a t-shirt by herself, wearing you hoes the fuck out. I was here for it. My favorite Jenna video of all time. If you've never seen the pleasure principle video, the problem is you and not me. She is 3 years younger than Karen Huger. I mean, quiet as it's kept, Karen Huger looks good for her age, and I can't stand Karen Huger, but she look good for her age. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, Pleasure Principle. I love All Right. All Right is when she had the zoot suits, you know, on and stuff like that. They took it back to Harlem and stuff like that. Think, go. Child. All right, right. All right with me. Right. Shoo-doo-doo, with me. Oh, all right. Black Cat, that video she did, that was the actual performance video when she was on tour and they taped her tour, her performing it live. Escapade is one of my favorite songs by Janet. It's not my favorite song, but it's in my top. Escapade is definitely in my top 10. If you push me, it might sneak into the top 5. I really love Escapade. Escapade is one of my jams. Please be clear. But mama, to this day, I'm going to say this again. These girls were not born when most of her catalog came out, yet she is still out here wearing these hoes the fuck out. Get it how you live. Hey, D, what's going on, boo? You like nasty, Tracy? That's your favorite video? Okay. What's it gonna be with Busta Rhymes? Okay. Cha. A lot of y'all like All Right. If it's not in what, if the breakdown, if the dance break is not in your top 5 things that you've seen in a music video ever. The problem is you and not me. To this day, anybody alive during that time, man, woman, boy, girl, cat, dog, non-binary, gender conforming, if you were alive during that time, you watched that if video and saw that breakdown and said, "Oh, bitch, I got to get in the mirror and learn this shit. Oh, bitch, we got to learn this shit." That shit was so fucking epic. Remember she did that shit on the MTV Music Awards, and we all set their mouth agape like, "Is this whore real? Is this bitch real?" Or you know what's another favorite video of mine? I love her and Michael in Scream. Well, say what you want, but Janet ate Michael on that Scream video. Baby, on Scream, Michael was past his prime. Janet was in her prime, and Janet ate. Mama ate something stupid. Do you hear me? Go watch the Scream video. When they got the breakdown where both of them are dancing together in that breakdown, Mama ate. Mama body was sickening. Mama makeup was right. She had that dark kind of goth makeup. That hair was kind of, purposely disheveled. She had the titties out at certain points. Mama body was snatched for the god. Janet was in her prime. Michael was past his prime. Michael could still do a little something, but baby, Janet ate for the gods. In that Scream video, Janet ate something stupid. You were sitting there like, "Ooh, Michael, she is eating you." And Michael was still holding his own now. Don't get it twisted. It was the little disheveled bob. It was cute. It was real cute on her. They had the, dark eyes on her or whatever. Michael was still holding his own, but baby, Janet ate down, honey. Janet ate him. Wow. I used to run a video, so child. I Get So Lonely but see, I Get So Lonely. The video isn't all that to me, because only part of the video that get really good is when she pop her titties out at the end, and her titties come out at the end. But the video is just now. If I'm going to my favorite Janet Jackson song, not video, but just song, oh, it's so hard. The song that I probably played the most. The song I probably played the most by Janet is Runaway. I don't know what it is about Runaway. I love the song Runaway. To me, Xavier, that's a good question. If Breakdown versus Rhythm Nation Breakdown, I'm going to give the slight edge to but if you wanted a real comparison, what about the breakdown on Miss You Much, where with the chair, when at the very end of the video where she say that's the end? No, and there's a whole breakdown at the end of that song with the chair and everything. Now, Miss You Much, quiet as it's kept, got one of the best breakdown dance breaks ever as well. Miss You Much wasn't nothing to fuck off with either. I'm just saying. But in terms of, it's the leg, then body roll, and the nasty baby. It's so good. It is. Hey, Ashton, listen. So I told y'all my favorite video is Special Principle. Y'all gave me some very good Janet songs. Janet videos. Y'all have reminded me. I like that comparison though, Xavier. The If dance break versus the Rhythm Nation dance break. But like I said, I feel like the dance break on Miss You Much is a little better than Rhythm Nation to me. Even though Rhythm Nation probably gets more notoriety because, it was a whole thing. The song itself, the whole costume, the epaulets, the militaristic garb that they had on. But the Miss You Much dance break, if we're being honest, is probably better than Rhythm Nation. I'm just saying. So, but my favorite song is, I told y'all my favorite video is Pleasure Principle. My favorite song is probably, like I said, Because of Love is in my top 5. but it's probably going to be Runaway because I listen to Runaway. I can just sit there and listen to Runaway, and I don't know. It's something about Runaway that just hits me. And a lot of my favorite Janet songs, some of them didn't get released. My favorite album is by far All For You, and I never would have thought at the beginning that All For You would be my favorite album, but it's so, I can live. All For You spoke to me at a time where I needed an album to speak to me. All For You spoke to me. Another one of my favorite songs is from All For You, which is Feel So Right. Love Feel So Right. I love Because of Love off of the Janet album. I love shit, it's so many songs. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to narrow down my top 5. So I know Runaway is in the top 5. Because of Love is in the top 5. Feel So Right is in the top 5. So now I only have 2 left. Oh my God. That's so hard. I want to put The Best Things in Life Are Free with her and Luther from the Mo Money soundtrack. I really love The Best Things in Life Are Free with her and Luther. I really love that song. I love China Love. I really want to put China Love in that top 5 too. The last 2 spots in the top 5 are interchangeable because Better Days off of the All For You album is, oh my God, Better Days. Oh my God, listen. Oh, I used to listen to Better Days. I used to cry and listen to Better Days sometimes when I was going through shit, and I would cry my eyeballs out and live and listen to Better Days off of the All For You album. Do you hear me? I love Together Again. Together Again. Now you talk about a sickening video. Together Again, from start to finish, from the look to the choreo to the sound to the, is a great video. That was an epic and great video. And I don't think it gets enough notoriety, but you think just the video, the visuals to go along with the music for Together Again was so good. I'm just saying. Shit, my top 5. It's so many. I love Again from Poetic Justice. I love Again. I love Come Back to Me. It's Escapade. Someone to Call My Lover. Listen, I told y'all that All For You album for me. If I'm in the mood to dance, I like Come On Get Up, baby. Before you make me change my mind. Come on, get up. Ooh. Go Deep is a bop. Oh yeah. But yeah, Come Back to Me. Oh, it's so many. That's what I'm saying. The catalog is so extensive. Listen. You Want This? I love You Want This. I love that breakdown when they in the desert and mama just start popping it back, throwing it back. You want this. Boy, you want it. It's so many songs. Anyway, happy birthday to Queen Mother Janet Demita Joe Jackson. Janet, Miss Jackson, if you're nasty. I'm just saying. Anyway, shout out to her. I like Empty Montrez. That is a good song, Empty. According to my iTunes, I play Rhythm Nation the most, but my second favorite is Come Back to Me. Come Back to Me. Janet got some ballads, even though Janet ain't no singer that's gonna sing you out of the water. Let's be clear. I'm not mistaken on that. I love Queen Mother Janet, but she's not one that's gonna sing you out of the water. But the writers write for her in a manner to where they know, what she can and cannot do. So when she does come out with ballads, they still hit. Like, Let's Wait a While, Come Back to Me, Anytime, Any Place, When We Ooh. Like Janet got some better days. Janet got some ballads out there that will make you go, bitch, I just need to hear and bump this because this shit, it just be right and it speaks to you. I'm just saying. A lot of people don't know Janet gets a lot of writing credits because Janet also plays keyboards, and she's played keyboards on many of her songs in the recordings. Hey, Anthony. So yes, yeah, it's just an amazing career. Shout out to Janet, 57 years old, mother of all of these girls around here trying to do it big. It's Janet and then everybody else. And that's no slight to the girls out there now, the Beyoncés of the world and everything. Listen, Janet, you know how people say Janet so and so crawled so this person could walk? No, Janet Jackson ain't crawl or walk. Janet Jackson was sprinting around around the track so these other girls could learn how to sprint. It wasn't no, oh, Janet Jackson crawled so Beyonce them could walk. No, Janet Jackson sprinted around the track to teach these other girls how sprinting goes, and they're still trying to emulate or catch up to the sprinting that she has been doing for her whole career. Let's just be clear. Oh, yeah, it's funny how time flies when we're having fun. Ow! I'm telling you. See, it's those. She ain't no powerhouse. She ain't gonna blow you out of the water, but Mama got ballads where you can sit there and be like, yes, Janet, I need to hear that. Yes, yeah. I Get So Lonely technically is a ballad. You know what I'm saying? She has ballads where you be like, that is my bump. You cannot take that from me. I love it. They talk about her singing, oh, Janet whispers. Janet only does. Baby, Janet got a catalog. That's undeniable. Because those same people who talk about Janet and how Janet only whisper and talk like that, baby, call out some songs and they'll be like, oh, yeah, that's my shit. Oh, that's my shit too. Oh, that's my shit too. Oh, I do like, bitches just be hating. I'm just saying. Shout out to Queen Mother Janet. Anyway, so ladies and gentlemen, non-binary. See, it's already 6 o'clock. This how I know I ain't gonna make it. I said I was gonna be off by 6 o'clock. Y'all got me talking about Queen Mother Janet, and now my time done got away from me. Ladies and gentlemen, moist and warm, undercover Bob. They are Anthony. Ladies and gentlemen, non-binary, gender-conforming members of our audience, it is now time for your Sugar Spike segment.
You see, this is the part that I like.
Major Sugar Spike.
So long, I want to fight. Daddy gave, he gave his only begotten son.
Major Sugar Spike.
And shall ever believe.
Major Sugar Spike.
They shall not perish, but have everlasting life.
Taste the biscuit.
Jesus!
I wish somebody help me.
Jesus. I love our boy who always, hey, listen, just because we have it now we got to play Take Me Out Moose, right? We have to say Take Me Out Moose, don't we? Don't we?
Take us out, Moose.
Take us out, Moose.
Take us out, Moose.
Gotta have Take Us Out, Moose. Anyway, y'all. So, I'm gonna do my feature story first because I really need some time to unpack this. I don't want to run up against time for this feature story because I do want to flush this out and unpack this, and I don't want to feel rushed. I'd rather rush with the other stories than rush with our feature story for the day. So our feature story for today is a story that, if you recall, we covered this story last week. Okay, we covered this story last week. We talked about the trans man in San Francisco that was shot by the security guard. If y'all remember, we covered this last week in our politics of it all last week. Now you see all of the people on top of it today. We had already covered this last week, did we not? Put a 27 in the chat if you were here last week when we covered the story of the trans man in San Francisco who was shot to death by the security guard, and the fact that the DA in San Francisco was choosing not to press charges against the security guard. We didn't even say a police officer. We said security guard. So surveillance video has come out. I am warning you now. I am going to play the video. If you are triggered, go ahead. It's like a 3-4 minute video because there's commentary on it. It also, the video that I found also has the DA explaining herself and explaining why she didn't choose to press charges for whatever reason. So I'm letting you know that now. If you are triggered easily, I go ahead. Now is the time to bail out now. Get out now. Don't say you were not warned. I'm trying to let the
So that you don't think he's
I'm
good?
trying to let the commercial play first.
Really?
Trying to let the commercial play first. All right. All right. So here's the video.
Surveillance video of the deadly shooting of a suspected shoplifter at a San Francisco Walgreens. So the DA released the video explaining her reasoning not to charge the security guard who fired the gun. And here's a warning. Some of it may be tough to watch. So the video shows how quickly the encounter last month escalated after the guard confronted Banko Brown at the store's entrance. And so at one point in the scuffle, the guard in the dark clothing has Brown pinned to the ground and then lets him go. So as Brown is backing out of the doorway, he's seen making a slight movement toward the guard and then continues stepping backward when the guard then raises his gun and fires. So Wilson Walker is here to take us through this video that's been released. And the DA was very clear that people are probably going to have a reaction, which is normal, but she also doesn't want anyone to make up their minds based on just this video alone. Hard to do, but that is what her message is right now.
Well, we had heard descriptions of this moment, or at least the very end of this encounter, Brown leaving the store, maybe stopping there for a moment. Well, now everyone can watch those moments for themselves, and it all happens in really about 2 seconds.
And for that reason, I would ask that members of the public and the press ensure that they view all of the evidence in this case and not simply the video.
The public can now see what happened right in the Walgreens doorway, a physical confrontation that ended in a momentary face-off and a gunshot. But it's the video, the witness statements, and the testimony of the guard himself, said District Attorney Brooke Jenkins in outlining her decision not to file charges.
I understand the reaction as human beings that many of us who have seen that video now had. I shared in that reaction. But as I said, as a prosecutor, I could not stop there.
And she says guard Michael Anthony's interview with police was critical. That video was also made public.
I picked up my weapon out of my holster and I had it faced towards the ground. I didn't have no intentions of just going straight to shoot because I didn't feel like I was totally in imminent danger until she advanced towards me.
And at this time, there is nothing to rebut his statements regarding the fact that he acted in self-defense.
The guard also told police that Banko Brown threatened to stab him, but no knife was recovered, and the eyewitness statements did not mention the stabbing threat.
The issue there was that there was also no one who indicated that it wasn't said. And while I understand it as a resident, you would want to say, well, just let the jury decide. That is not the standard for charging. We have to believe at the time that we charge a case that a jury of 12 would convict, not let's just charge the case and see what happens.
It's really conspicuous, I think, how the guard is able to overpower the victim rather handily. He puts the victim on the ground and certainly is overpowering him at that point.
Former prosecutor Tony Brass has seen the video and he thinks it raises a number of questions, but he's not sure how conclusive it would be for a jury.
And I don't know, like this case is one of those, like, if the question is, would I charge it? I don't know is the answer. I would struggle with it.
And the district attorney acknowledged that the public will continue to struggle with this case. That, she says, is why she released the video.
The fact that we released this report and this evidence is not an ordinary situation. That is not something that we normally do in criminal cases. But this, as we know, is an extraordinary set of circumstances that has had growing concern amongst San Franciscans and even beyond. And for that reason, I felt it was appropriate for our office to take an extraordinary step in being more transparent than normal in this process.
All right, Wilson joining us now. I have to agree with her that I was taken aback that that video was released and she gave her reasoning. That's what I agree with, her reasoning for releasing it, because it has this conversation. You and I, during your story, were looking at it and talking about it. The prosecutor has his own take on it.
If you listen to what she said today, she acknowledges that the video is sort of shocking, and you might come away with an initial impression. She didn't describe that, but she acknowledged that you might have one, and then went on to be very specific. But then there's this, and there's this, and there's this, and again, it's not just the evidence as she sees it, but she points to, can we make a case to a jury with this? Are we going to convince 12 people that this is an up and down? This is an open shut case.
Right, for the jury. Yeah, and also we should mention that there is no audio, so you can't even hear the exchange if there were threats made.
Right.
Were there witnesses around that gave accounts?
There's two witnesses. They point to two specific witnesses in the report that she releases today. And as you heard her say, no one says that they heard anything about this knife or the threatened stabbing. But then there's nothing to counteract it. She said that the guards' credibility had to be weighed in this. But look, a lot of people had a lot of opinions about this case before the video came out. Is the video going to change opinions? Is it going to solidify how people might have felt before they saw the video? That remains to be seen. And I think if you listen to the district attorney today, she acknowledged that the video is not necessarily going to quell a lot of concern.
No, it's not. And our hearts go out to the family of the victim, and certainly a hard one to watch for all of us to see. And Wilson, I appreciate you explaining it to us. Thank you. All right. Now, last week, the Board of Supervisors unanimously urged Jenkins to release the video sooner. District 10 Supervisor Shawn Walton told us today he's worried this will actually set a precedent for other guards to use deadly force. He wants the State Attorney General Rob Bonta now to step in.
It's hard for me to believe anyone can come to the conclusion that this was not an execution after watching the video. I did not see a perceived threat. I do not know how you can create a perceived threat, again, when you clearly had the upper hand the entire perceived altercation.
Matt Dorsey actually represents the district where the shooting happened. He tweeted today he appreciates the DA's transparency, but he doesn't want to comment on the decision since there could be civil cases in the future. And he added, quote, "While I know today's outcome doesn't feel like justice to many who knew and loved Banko Brown, I pray that time and God's loving grace can heal the trauma of this tragedy for all who have been touched by it."
This the bullshit, y'all. That's the bullshit. I needed y'all to see it in its entirety to get context and clarity for what's going on here. There's a lot more behind it. Now, let's tackle with what we saw first, and then I'm going to get to this DA, because there's a lot more with this DA lady. So, the security guard is claiming that Banko Brown had said that she would, not she, I'm sorry for misgendering her, had said that he would kill the security guard, and that the security guard said that he had a knife or a weapon and he felt he was in imminent danger. Mind you, no weapon was found on Banko Brown. Mind you, none of the witnesses corroborated that story. None of them said that they heard Banko Banko Brown say anything about having a knife, scissors, any weapon, or saying that he would kill the security guard. Even if that was the case, we saw in the video this man could easily take Banko Brown out. Banko Brown is a trans man. Let's be clear. This is a cis man here, and he clearly overpowered Banko Brown. And we're talking about shoplifting at fucking Walgreens. Let's start there. We're talking about shoplifting at goddamn Walgreens. Ain't nothing in Walgreens that serious where you need to be taking somebody's life. Bruh, you is fucking top flight security at fucking Walgreens. Where the fuck has your life ended up? And you're around here going vigilante justice where you feel, baby, if you want to steal, baby, I'm not running after you. It's not that serious. If it's that serious for you, baby, go with God. You have it. We'll file the paperwork. Walgreens has all kinds of insurances and everything to make up for the losses. They account for losses from shoplifting or, you know, all assets protection or all of that kind of stuff every year. So this is nothing. Someone had to lose their life. I'm gonna tell you when this happened. He got mad when Banko Brown flexed at him. That's all Banko Brown did was flex at him. You got intimidated because this man flexed at you. You had to beat Banko Brown down. You beat him down. What else did you want? And so you flex, and now you blow somebody off the earth. None of the witnesses corroborated his story. And the DA is now saying, well, I had enough to go on with what the security guard told me and his credibility that I didn't feel like we could win the case. Really? Because what this is sounding like is a case of there's a lot of factors here. Banko Brown was unsheltered, unhoused, homeless, whatever you want to call it. Banko Brown is also a trans man. So you got LGBTQ situations in place. You have the unhoused, unsheltered, or homeless in place. Let me start to really unpack this for you. San Francisco elected a DA by the name of Chesa Boughton in 2019. He was a white male who was progressive. And he was progressive in the fact that he was doing a lot of things that supported Black people, a lot of things that supported the LGBTQ plus communities, and a lot of things that supported poor people. For example, he was a DA that was in all about doing away with things like bond, where people could get out of jail without having to pay bond, because we've talked about that on this channel, where there's this epidemic where if you commit a crime, if you're rich, white, or have money, you can get out. But if you're poor, you're stuck in jail for the, dumbest things for God knows how long, which is not fair justice. Justice should not only be for rich people or people who have a lot of money. Justice should be the same for people, whether you're poor, regardless of your income, regardless of race, or whatever you want to make it. And that's why you have a lot of progressive DAs and prosecutors that want to do away with the whole bail bond system. But the Republican right, or old school Republicans, who y'all like to call centrist Democrats, don't want any parts of that, because that means that less money is coming into the coffers of DA offices that want and city halls that are trying to get money off the backs of poor people. That's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. But here's the deal. The pay attention to connect these dots. Chesa Boughton was the DA He was doing progressive programs like that. He was coming up with, if you recall, in the Bay Area, they were grabbing parks that were used a lot and building tiny houses or tiny homes in those houses with which to house homeless people. And he was doing a lot of what people consider away from the normal way of, doing things. He was also down for the do away with the current police system and let's have a total police and law enforcement reform. He was a part of that. Progressive as a white man. Democratic brass down to San Francisco. People under the political tree of Dianne Feinstein and even under y'all's vice president, Kamala Harris. They wanted no parts of his progressive stance. I told y'all what the Democrats and how they feel about progressives. So what did they do? Some real estate moguls is who had a problem with him putting these tiny homes in these places and parks and places and uninhabited places in the city. And they real estate moguls want no parts of really doing anything with the homeless. They don't want to house these people. They don't want any parts of people getting free houses because that goes against what they're trying to do, which is rake you over the coals in terms of real estate market. So real estate moguls and all types of centrist Democrats, they came up and they started putting money together. Pay attention now. Please pay attention. Please pay attention now. These people started putting money together and they presented a campaign to recall the election of Chesa Brown. This is the type of stuff that goes on. I'm connecting dots for you here. So they start to recall the election of Chesa Boughton, Chesa Boughton, who was legally elected. Now, they have a recall. It was millions of dollars was funded into this recall campaign. They got the recall done. Chesa Boughton gets ousted by a vote of 55 to 45. He's ousted. Interim DA is appointed. Who's that interim DA? Brooke Jenkins, who you just saw. Now, let me read this for you, because this is an interesting little part for you. Let me read this for you. I just told you some of the background story. Let me read this story. San Francisco District Attorney, this is interim District Attorney Brooke Jenkins. San Francisco District Attorney Brooke Jenkins was paid $100,000 by a nonprofit linked to the recall of Chesa Boughton, according to a new report. According to the San Francisco Standard, Jenkins received money from Neighbors for a Better San Francisco, a 501c3 that is prohibited from participating in political activity. Now, let's paint the other picture for you. Oh, let me finish reading this. During the recall, Jenkins claimed her work on the campaign was as a volunteer. The nonprofit was founded by a conservative venture capitalist that bankrolled the recall campaign. Now, keep that in mind. The Neighbors for a Better San Francisco. The ousting of Chesa Boughton was centered around the crime rate in San Francisco. The problem was, when you look at the statistics in terms of the crime rate, it didn't change. What happened was, because Chesa Boughton started to house the unhoused, started to give homes to the homeless, the crime rates shifted from the urban areas where a lot of the unhoused and unsheltered and homeless people were to the more suburban residential areas. And that's where you start to see more crimes happening. And so the people in those residential and suburban areas had a problem. They were like, nope, you keep all of that crime and shit downtown or in the urban areas where you got all of these homeless people at. But in our little suburb areas, we're not here for the fuck shit. So when they saw that happening, it wasn't like it was the homeless people that were doing the crimes. It was their own people doing their own crimes to them. They had a problem with that. So Chaser Bowden had to go. In comes this 501c3, Neighbors for a Better San Francisco. They are one of the prime people behind this recall campaign. She conveniently worked as a volunteer for them. When he is ousted, in she comes. She saw what happened to him. What does she say? Not here for no parts of the homeless, not here for no parts of trying to house them, and not here for no parts of them committing any crimes anywhere. Y'all see where we're going? You see where this is going, right? So now you have a woman here justifying the murder of someone who was homeless, who was unhoused, unsheltered, also is a member of the LGBTQ plus community. And this is in as blue as you get San Francisco. So you got a DA refusing to press charges on someone that clearly murdered someone. That is clearly murder. There's no way a jury, and she knows that. There's no way a jury is going to see that video and by any estimation believe that that young man, security guard, felt that he was threatened by Banco Brown. Let's be clear. You just distract Banco Brown. At one point, did y'all see him stomp on Banco Brown's head? People just walking in the store like it's nothing to see here. And she says, oh, well, based on his testimony, and no, ma'am, no. So now we have a woman whose pockets are lined by special interest groups whose sole job it is to represent the community and to press charges and to try cases where the community is at risk, members of the community have had criminal offenses against them. That is your whole job. But because your pockets are lined by special interest groups, people who I just read to you, that have groups that are founded by, quote, conservative venture capitalists, you decide that it's okay for someone to be murdered on the street and no justice happened for them. They're not going to tell you all of that history. They're not going to tell you that there's so many underlying reasons for all of this. There's the homelessness part of it. There's always the LGBTQ part of it. Because let's be clear, you hear a lot of stories about our trans sisters. You hear very few, if any, stories of our trans brothers out there. And let them tell it. They would lead you to believe that Banco Brown was this big menacing black man that overpowered the security guard, and he was in imminent danger and was threatened for his life and safety. And we just watched the video where Banco Brown didn't even stand a chance. No weapon, no witness corroborates. First of all, police didn't find a weapon on Banco Brown's person or anywhere about Banco Brown. None of the witnesses say they saw Banco Brown pull a weapon. Hell, Banco Brown, he couldn't because you shot him. As soon as he flexed, you shot him. Then he said, oh, Banco Brown said that he was going to kill me or stab me. No witnesses corroborating that. And the DA's defense of that is, well, no one said that it didn't happen. Nobody said that they heard Banco, because see, they like to phrase questions in a certain way. Nobody said they heard Banco Brown say that, but nobody said they didn't hear Banco Brown say that. Bitch, what? This is what we have going on. This is exactly what we have going on. And this is what they think and feel about people's lives. This is people's lives here. There's no, we're seeing all over the country, every time we turn on the television, we are seeing that there is no regard for human life. This is sick stuff here. We have gotten to the point where mainstream media, politicians, people in positions of power and influence have gotten this country to a point where there's no regard for human life, where people watch people die and nobody tries to stop it. Nobody tries to do anything. People were literally walking in the store as if there was nothing to see here, as if it's just a regular day as Walgreens. You stepping over somebody getting beat down just so you can go get you a pack of chiclets or something like that, or Tic Tacs. No regard whatsoever. None at all. And you have a DA whose pockets have been lined by special interest groups that want no parts of real justice happening for anybody from any marginalized group. And you got Banko Brown, 3 marginalized groups. Banko Brown's a trans man, Banko Brown's a black trans man, Banko Brown's a homeless black trans man. No parts of that. Explaining away why you're not going to charge for what is a clear murder. This is what y'all got going on in the year of our Lord 2023. I wanted to bring back that history so that you could see and connect the dots about how all of this happened, how we got here. This isn't an isolated one-off incident. We got here from a string of events going all the way back to 2019. A mess. A mess. 2 quick stories before I get out of here. I needed to break that down for y'all. There's the story in Missouri at a school named Glendale High School. I'll see if me and Renee could cover this in more detail on tomorrow. If we on Teacher Project 2.0, but I just want to introduce the story to you. At a school in Missouri, a teacher was using racial slurs a white male teacher using the N-word, racial slurs in the classroom over and over and over. A student taped it. Teacher was fired, but now the student is suspended because the school board is saying we don't want students videotaping teachers doing the wrong thing. Let me say that to you again. And like I said, we'll try and break this down on Teacher Project 2.0. But you got a case here. Teacher using N-word over and over and over in the classroom. Students say, bro, what are you doing? You shouldn't be doing this. Teacher doesn't give a shit, continues to use it. Student said that by the time they started recording the teacher had already used the N-word several times. Video comes out, teacher gets fired, but the student is now suspended because they said according to the student code of conduct or, the student handbook, you're not supposed to be videotaping teachers. Or they tried to cloak it under the guise of, oh, you can't film other students in the classroom, without parental consent or whatever. And so they suspended the student. This is what y'all got going on in this country. This is the horrible place with which we live. This is a cesspool of fuck shit and fuckery in this country. Do you hear me? I know really be about to go live. I'm about to get off. I got one more story I just want to unpack. I'm not going to even fully flush this story out, but I'm just going to tell you what the story is, and we'll go from there. So, when was this? Yesterday, in, once again, the great state of Texas, a 32-year-old man, I'm sorry, this was Saturday. A 32-year-old man was shot and killed by a 12-year-old boy with an AR style 22 rifle. He was working at Sonic. He's an employee at the Sonic Drive-In in Keene, Texas. There was an argument in the parking lot. Authorities say, let me read this. Matthew Davis, 32, was working at the Sonic Drive-In on Saturday night and confronted Angel Gomez, 20, because he was, quote, being disorderly in the parking lot, end quote. Police in Keene said. The argument soon became physical during the altercation. During the altercation, a juvenile, a passenger in the suspect's vehicle, retrieved a firearm and fired multiple shots, striking the victim. And that's according to Keene Police in their Facebook statement. Police Chief James Kidd told CNN at least 6 shots were fired with an AR-style 22 rifle, striking Matthew Davis, who was the Sonic Drive-In employee. Officers received a 911 call around 9:40 p.m. and when they arrived, they attended to Davis. He was airlifted to a hospital where he was pronounced dead. Angel Gomez, who was 20, and the 12-year-old had already fled the scene when the police got there. Gomez returned to the parking lot where he was taken into custody. Officers later located the juvenile and recovered several firearms when he was taken into custody. Both Gomez and the juvenile were charged with murder, police said. The juvenile is in detention in Granbury, the police chief said, but he did not have any further information about the 20-year-old. This is what we got going on. 12-year-olds. I don't know. That's probably not the dad. It's probably older brother, family member, uncle, or something. You got this AR-22 style rifle that you ride around in your car with in Texas because that's what you do in Texas. There are laws that protect you. You can do that. And because the man said, hey, you got too much going on in our parking lot, could you please leave our parking lot? You get offended. I don't know if the little boy, you told the little boy to come or not, but the little boy felt that it was a bad enough situation where he pulled out the rifle and blew the man off the earth. And now y'all fleeing the scene. This is what y'all got going on. Because we want our guns, and because guns are so important to us. Now we have 12-year-olds that will blow you off the earth if you need them to. What do y'all want from me? Anyway, y'all, that's it for today. We got to get out of here. Really B is already live. I apologize, Really B, for going late. Let's go ahead and get over that. As I always say, I love y'all. I love on y'all. Thank you all for being vocal, present, and active. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for any and all contributions that you make to the channel. They are much obliged and much appreciated. We got to get up out of here. I will be live again at 8 o'clock with the review, with the Real Housewives of Atlanta review panel. Will be on at 8 o'clock here on my channel, me, Darren, and Medusa, with the Real Housewives of Atlanta review panel. Any of my members or mods that want to be on the panel, let me know. Put in the mod squad, members only chat, I should say, and I'll send you the link so you can come up if you'd like and be a part of the panel. Until 8 o'clock, that's all I got for y'all. Thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. We out.